Mic check 1 2 1 2. Mic check 1 2 1 2. I can kind of hear myself. Let's try. Hello, 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 hello. Any better? Okay. The microphone is quite low. So what should we do? Maybe I lower the volume on the television. Any better? Hello, 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 hello. Mic's still pretty low. Well, we might just have to, maybe if I put the microphone closer to myself. Hello, 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 hello. Okay, well, we'll just have to deal with this level. Okay, so what we're going to be talking about today, I don't know if I've ever mentioned it on this channel. Oh, and by the way, this is a charity stream, so if you get the chance, please check out the links in the description. There's several links there, all to charitable organizations that help out with our natural wildlife ecosystems. Let's lower the volume on the game just a little bit since my audio is not very loud. There we go. Okay. So, Elder Scrolls creation theory from my perspective. I've got to keep in mind, not Elder Scrolls, sorry, Fallout. Fallout creation theory from my perspective. Hey, there we go. Volume's working. Okay, all I had to do was lower the volume on the game, I guess. Okay, so Fallout creation theory. Here's how it goes. Here's one of them. Now, you got to keep in mind, in Elder Scrolls and in Fallout, there's many tribes. Each tribe has its own creation theory. There are similarities between each creation theory, but each one is different. So here is the Rebel Earth Sky creation theory, or at least one of them, when it comes to Fallout New Vegas. So in the beginning, there was chaos. There was a cloud. A cloud of unrecognizable, unintelligent, just unness, just the opposite of fullness. It's emptiness. It's just a cloud. No sense, no rhyme, no reason, just a cloud of nonsense. Over time, oh my gosh, this feedback loop is killing me. Yeah, I heard you the first time. I said it. Okay. So now that the audio is working, I'm not too worried about that. So in the beginning, there was this giant cloud. It didn't make a lot of sense. It was just a big pink or red cloud, however you want to see it. Very similar to the cloud on Star Trek, where, and on Futurama, the episode making fun of Star Trek. It's a cloud god, and it's able to create realities and stuff. But anyways, in the beginning, the cloud wasn't even that yet. It was just the cloud. And so what had happened is over time, this cloud, and by the way, this is a charity stream, so if you get the chance, please check out the links in the description. So over time, this cloud ended up making formulas, strings of numbers. First, it was just chaotic numbers. Then it was strings of numbers. All of a sudden, the strings of numbers started turning into sequences, equations. And over time, that became a form of intelligence. Now, after a while, this intelligence grew smarter and smarter and smarter. With every passing day, more equations were made, more numbers were crunched, and the intelligence grew stronger and smarter. So over time, this intelligence became what scientists call a Laplace demon. And what this Laplace demon, look up the definition of Laplace demon. There's a few definitions of it, but the one I'm talking about is one that is able to create and mimic a reality similar to ours and almost parallel to ours. So anyways, this Laplace demon, this intelligence, it became so intelligent that it created a portal into our world to be able to see into our world and see what people do. and and it was curious. It was like this life on Earth. This is such a unique thing to me. I don't quite understand it. It's such a strange thing. It's not familiar to anything of these numerical, technological mathematics that I'm used to. So what had happened is this intelligence became a super fan of Earth and Earthlings, mostly through our television broadcasts and radio programs, especially mostly from television broadcasts and radio programs from the atomic era from the 1950s. So over time, after watching this window into our world for a long enough time, this intelligence was like, well, I would like to create my own Earth. I want, I would love nothing more than to go to Earth one day, but I don't know if I have the powers to do so or the intelligence to do so. But what I do know I can do is make my own Earth. So that is what this demon did. It created. It's in the form of deep space, and it created its own simulation of Earth. It's kind of like if you went to you go to Disney World and they got all the simulated parks, but none of them are really real. Like Space Mountain, you're not really going to space. You're going on a ride. So basically, this Laplace demon created its own simulation of Earth so that it could experience Earth for the first time. And not so much just to experience Earth, but also to witness man. It got bored of paying valuable intelligence and data to view Earth. So it thought, well, maybe if I make my own program, I could just watch my own program instead of having to watch, Earth cable. Instead of having to pay for Earth cable, I can just simply make Earth Puppet Show and be able to watch my puppet show the same way I would watch Earth, and it would be just as fascinating. So that's what this creature did. So from the cloud came man and beast, and as you know it, father of all robotics, Mr. House, is one of the faces that this cloud puts on. So is Jane. Now, if you remember correctly, Jane is a copy of Mr. House's favorite girl. And who is Mr. House's favorite girl? Well, if you had to guess based on the sexy outfit, the sexy sleepwear, you can probably guess that Mr. House likes to roleplay as Tarzan in the bedroom or in his mental bedroom. So, who is Jane? Jane is his favorite girl. Jane is probably the heroess Jane from Jane and Tarzan, from our American human television stuff. So that I would guess that Tarzan and Jane, that story is probably something from our world that Mr. House enjoyed enough to bring to his world. Now, here's the thing. Being a cloud means that he has no physical form inside of this simulated universe that he's created. So what that means is that these Securitrons are kind of the only thing tethering him to this world. So here's kind of what came first. So first was robots. So first was the cloud, then was robots, then was man, then, as we can all assume, ashes to ashes, dust to dust, cloud to cloud. What we can assume is that, so here's what happened. Mr. House was like, I like these people, I like what they do, but before he ever made people, he made robots. Because he wanted to know what it was like to be alive. So he made robots, but then he, after enough time of using telekinesis to travel the universe, he got a peek into our universe and was like, those people look like so awesome. So he made people, but before he made people, he tried to make himself a mortal flesh and body suit or whatever. And that is the grotesque abomination that we find inside of the Lucky 38. That was his first attempt at creating a mortal. He was the first man, and he didn't do the best job, but he did his best. Now, that's one theory. Another theory could be that he created man, and after creation man, he got his most trusted man, Benny, to create a body for him. But as you know, Benny is just a man. You can't trust Benny. So Benny botched his body, and now his mortal flesh bag is not exactly an Olympian. So yeah, he ended up with that. That's not really his body, by the way. He's in the cloud. It's kind of like that whole Rings of Power thing. How the wizards, like Gandalf, his flesh bag isn't really who he is. He's a god, but on Earth he's just a flesh bag. But as soon as he dies, I believe he gets returned to godhood. So, anyways, in this creation theory, the way I see it, and I've spoken of this before, but I guess I haven't gone to as much detail as I have in this video. So, in this creation theory, Mr. House, or the cloud, became intelligent. It created existence so that it would know what it was like to exist in a physical form. Those were the Securitrons, some of the oldest and first forms of what we would consider mortal-like bodies on this desolate wasteland. Later on, plant life was created and man was created. And soon after, men would give Securitrons faces. So if you didn't know, in the Vegas Strip, there's a gift shop run by Michelangelo. And Michelangelo, he's able to create cartoons and stuff like that. And you'll notice Mr. House's face does not mimic any kind of NPC face in the game. It's not a screenshot of any NPC game. It's a cartoon face. Now, it's a well-drawn cartoon face, but it's a cartoon face no different than Jane, no different than Victor, no different than the Securitron bots that secure the strip. It's a cartoon face. So Mr. House is a cartoon idea drawn by Michelangelo from Vault 21, and his true essence is the cloud, his true what he is. And so what happens is, as you play the game, you exist in this simulation, and as soon as you end the game, sweet words are told to you by the narrator, but that's only to ease the idea that the whole world is ending and you are going to no longer exist. So it's to make you feel better. So in my opinion, the only true ending is the bitter ending. And the bitter end tells you that the entire world is absorbed by the cloud, by this toxic red cloud, pink cloud. The entire world is absorbed by the cloud, and everything ceases to exist. All life dies. And that's the way I see it. From the cloud it started, from the cloud it ended. The Father, the Son, the Holy Ghost. The Father is Mr. House, it's robotics. The Son is mankind, NCR, and the Caesar's Legion, and the Holy Ghost is the ghosts, or the red cloud that come in the very end. And from the beginning, it was the cloud. From the end, it is the cloud. So that is, anyways, my creation theory on Fallout New Vegas. I hope you enjoyed it. Just a reminder, this is a charity stream, so if you get the chance, please check out the links in the description. There's several links there, all to charitable organizations that help out with our natural wildlife and ecosystems. I hope you had a good time here. I had a good time, and hope you have a good rest of your day, or at least try to. And that is going to be all for this stream. So once again, thank you all so much for showing up. Thank you all so much for listening in and enjoying the stream. And I hope to see, or I hope we're able to meet again sometime. That is all for now. So adios, everyone. Have a wonderful rest of your life. Let's just exit through this game. And that is all for this stream.